Today I'm going to move a family of 8 into the mansion in The Sims 1, and I'm going to try to completely fill it with trash. You need to keep watching this video to see what happens. It's pretty spectacular. There will be lots and lots of trash, some death, and roaches. Lots of roaches. Let's go back to the very beginning, where I created my family, called Video. The first thing we did was delete all the trash cans, and also the fireplaces, which were useless to me. Then I bought 8 identical beds for each Sim, put them all in the same room so they can sleep together. I ran out of room, so one lucky winner got to sleep in the hallway. Next, I needed a large enough bathroom. I figured the other bedrooms would do. 3 stalls, 3 sinks, 2 showers. Next, I installed a couple fridges, some countertops, and of course, the big dining room table. And a train set for some reason. The first day began as you might expect. Everyone was set loose around the house to approve of or complain about the items that I chose for them. It wasn't long before we had our first 2 people that decided to prepare meals. They don't have a stove to use or a microwave or anything like that, so it's salads for everyone. A few of them gathered around to have lunch together, and then the first guy was done. He got up, ready to place his first piece of trash. I was so excited, and then I remembered that there's sinks in the house, and they can put their dishes in the sink, so I had to get rid of the sink. And also the sinks upstairs. All gone. Oh, and then the first piece of trash was placed down. Yay! Now everybody has their own plate that they gotta put down somewhere. And that's the exciting part of this whole challenge. As the day carried on, we accumulated a small amount of trash and plates, and a raccoon showed up. Then they all said goodnight and rested comfortably together. Day 2 started off perfectly, with more trash. And apparently somebody made beans for breakfast. Oh, and also, apparently everybody wants to eat beans for breakfast. The next morning, we were all hit with a tragedy. Somebody passed away, most likely due to starvation, but honestly, I didn't even notice. After that happened, I put in a buffet table just to try to encourage my Sims to keep eating. I don't want anybody else dying. After a couple more days, we finally had enough trash to start relocating it outside. I figured I would just start placing stuff in the corner of the lot and just see how far I could go. And as promised earlier in the video, roaches. By the way, if you're still watching the video this far, please do me a quick favor, go down and type Rosebud in the comments. I want to see who all's made it this far. It would also be a massive help if you can quickly go down and click the like button on this video. If you're enjoying it, which I really hope you are, that helps push it out for more people to see. It'd be a huge blessing, so please go ahead and do that for me. After playing this house for a while, I began to notice that there were way more plates than piles of trash. So I thought, what the H, I'll just make a big pile of plates. So I began stacking and stacking and stacking some more. The Move Objects On sheet was a very faithful friend during this task. I would just stack a bunch of plates on top of each other, grab the bottommost plate, and then put it on the big pile. As time went on, it became increasingly evident that my family was happy. They were at peace here in their new trash-filled home. I mean, just listen to them. After filling up the corner of my yard, I started placing plates all down the edge. We began to make some really good progress, making this yard look as trashy as possible. We fast forward a few more days, and the family's still doing really well. Nobody else had perished. Sure, there may have been a quarrel or two every now and then, but my family had a bright future ahead of them. Oh god, someone else died. Alright, we've now begun to fill up the south part of the lot, and honestly, the trash is starting to pile up really fast. I redecorated one night, added a few more refrigerators so my family can have unlimited access to food. I even added a different kind of fridge that I found out only provides bags of chips. After I did that, this whole challenge really sped up. Also, did you notice that there's only 4 people still alive? 2 other people died, and I did not even notice. Anyway, let's move on to some good news, if indeed there is any. We were about 2.5 weeks in, and nearly half of the lot was covered in trash. It was looking very good. My Sims spent their days stuffing themselves full of chips, over and over, on repeat, and I don't know honestly what better life they could possibly have. I even added back a stove and a microwave and a regular fridge so they could have a regular meal. I really wanted to thank my family for being so good to me, and oh my gosh, someone else died? When? When did that happen? Now, as you can imagine, having a lawn covered in garbage will attract all kinds of critters. I'd be willing to bet that every stray cat in the neighborhood visited our property. And of course, roaches came along too. 32 days in, and we have basically completed the challenge. We have trash in as many spaces as I could possibly fit. I wanted to fill up the inside of the house too, but it got too glitchy and my Sims kept getting stuck, so I moved it all outside. And my friends, this is a sight to see. Pure beauty. And after working so hard for me, I gave everybody a well-deserved night off. Sit back, guys, enjoy some cartoons, and relax. You've earned it. The next day was a day of rest, and I wanted to throw a massive house party to celebrate the work that we all did. And to my surprise, people actually came. This dysfunctional, trash-filled family had friends who joyfully wanted to come on down to the house to share this wonderful accomplishment with us. We even had a birthday cake, and everybody fell for it. It wasn't even my birthday. Oh yeah, and Drew Carey showed up. All in all, this was an amazing day. It's no doubt that everybody had a great time at the party. They raged all night, and I saw some of the coolest dance moves I've ever seen. Alright, so the next morning, I had an interesting thought. What would happen if I called a maid and hired her to come to the house to clean all this up? How long would it take her? How much would she charge? Well, if you're curious, I documented the entire thing for you and I made it into a video. All you have to do is click over right here and watch that next. We're going to clean up this entire lot, and I filmed every bit of it, okay? So go ahead and click over and watch that right now.